Rocket League has pioneered a whole new way to play sports games, and with it has led to amazing moments like this. Expressing that this is in fact Rocket League. With its 8 years of intriguing gameplay, it's become a staple amongst the gaming community. However, even with its 8-year shelf life, it still has room to grow and become better. That being said, there are a few ways in which the game could be improved for Rocket League 2. The introduction of a map creator, the return of exclusive items, a better connection between the game and the pro scene, and the priority of Unreal Engine 5. In May 2019, Epic Games decided to buy Psyonix. A lot of people saw this as a big "oh no," and Epic will ruin Rocket League. Now, what a lot of those people didn't know is that Psyonix and Epic have worked alongside one another for many years prior to this. It wasn't a random out-of-the-blue decision. There were already relations that had been built between the two through many years. All that to say, it has been disappointing to see what the acquisition has done to further along Rocket League, especially with the release of Unreal Editor for Fortnite. After seeing what people were able to create inside of Fortnite, it's a shame that that kind of feature isn't inside of Rocket League. I'm not even talking about creating different games inside of Rocket League. I'm thinking more bare bones than that. Just the inclusion of a map creator like Fortnite Creative Mode would do wonders for the game. The fact is, there are people like Lethamyr who've been creating new ways to enjoy the game for years now, all while having to go through leaps and bounds just to have their friends and viewers play these maps. Imagine if there was a creative tab that included a list of the top 50 custom maps and game modes that you could easily save, like favoriting a training pack. Then you invite your friends into a lobby and boom, all of you are playing the new Minecraft map. Quick, easy, and all inside of the game. The cool thing is, console players could finally be included and not left out of the awesomeness that is custom maps. This could help players get better at the official soccer game, as well as find new ways to play the game. Let's not forget the other people this feature would help out. The developers at Psyonix. This would take so much pressure off their backs, as they wouldn't have to constantly think of new and innovative ways to play the game. Let the community help you out. So many games have taken advantage of this. Even before Fortnite Creative, there were games like Halo in its Forge mode that allowed the community to help create content for the game. This would reduce the amount of dry time or time in which no content has been released inside of a game, because frankly, a new map and some cosmetics won't keep people around long term. Now, let's address the major elephant in the room. As I stated before, people are very wary about Epic taking over Rocket League. And there were some changes that were made, like the removal of crates and adding an item shop. But arguably, they were for the better. However, after 3 long years, Epic has finally cracked down on the beloved game, with the removal of player-to-player trading. There are a few things wrong with this picture. First of all, trading might not be the biggest part of the Rocket League community, but it's still a part of the entire ecosystem of the game. Second, it's not like trading hasn't gone through iterations before. Something a lot of people don't know is that any account created after the game went free to play cannot make trades immediately after it was made. Which makes sense, as it was implemented to limit the amount of scams that were happening during trades, which is a good thing. The major thing stopping these scams is a $5 paywall. So the requirements to make a trade from a new account are as the following: having a 2-factor authentication on your Epic Games account, having an email verified Epic Games account, at least 50 minutes of online gameplay, and of course, the purchase of at least 500 credits or something equivalent. It was shocking to see how this was implemented without much announcement to the community. It just slipped by in a new patch. There are 2 big problems with this. A major feature that has been in the game for over 7 years now costs money in order to be used. And the other is that Psyonix was now earning $5 every time a new player wanted to make a trade. So if you and a friend started playing in 2022 and your friend managed to get 2 red Halo toppers and they wanted to give one to you because they wanted to match with you, You both would need to give Psyonix $5 so that you can access trading. Now, the trading community might not be the largest of the community, but it definitely is a major kick in the balls to the fans of this game. It took Rocket League a while before jumping on the Battle Pass bandwagon, but when it was implemented, it seemed like a perfect fit for the game. Understand that this was a whole new way to earn cosmetics outside of the random loot boxes that were crates. One of the really awesome things about the Rocket Pass was that after you reached tier 70, which is the highest tier, you were able to keep going, but all the items were randomized color variations of the items from the pass. So, tier 71 could be the white variation of the car, or it could be a burnt sienna variation of a decal. Either way, each person's tiers were different after tier 70. Once blueprints were introduced in the game, Psyonix made the decision to remove this feature alongside crates to rid the game of things that could resemble gambling. Now, every person receives the exact same items at all tiers, not just 1 through 70. By doing this, it devalued the Rocket Pass items. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but when I hit a new tier before the update, I'd be excited to see what item it was. I was curious to know if it was the color variation of the item I wanted, or if it was something my brother didn't have. Either way, there was some feeling of excitement there. Now, I don't even bat an eye when I get a new tier. The thought that everyone has the same exact items comes to mind, and honestly, I just move on. The only thing I enjoyed from this version of the pass is checking to see if the item I wanted is coming in the next 30 tiers. I'm not oblivious to the reason why they got rid of it, but it definitely affected the exclusiveness of items. Since everyone gets the exact same thing, there is no uniqueness that comes with that pass. It used to be another way to express yourself through the game. You used to be able to show off to your friends that you got that really awesome item. Bringing this feature back with the limitation on only buying tiers up to tier 70 could really help bring back that exclusive feel. However, this doesn't seem likely since there are a lot of people who like to pay for tiers, especially after tier 70. There still is one thing that can increase exclusiveness amongst items. That would be tournament reward items. To a new buck, this may just seem like a way to add a new currency into the game, but to an old soul like myself, this is just free gambling. This is the only remnant of the old Rocket League loot system. The tournament rewards are just a new crate with items you have to spend in-game currency on. The only difference, you can't spend real money to get more currency, aka free gambling. All jokes aside, this was a step in the right direction. Players could either get lucky after playing a couple tournaments and get the item they wanted, or they can grind for months and possibly miss out and have to trade someone for it. Or at least they used to. Oh no, Rocket League. On the topic of items, we have to talk about this thing. If this is the direction Psyonix wants to go with their cosmetics, honestly, I'm down. But let's really dive into it. Again, taking a look at one of their other IPs, aka Fortnite, why wasn't the Bumblebee car the tier 70 car on the Rocket Pass? There have been many seasons in Fortnite where the tier 100 skin was some character that was part of a collaboration. I know so many people who went back to Fortnite so they can grind for the tier 100 Spider-Man skin. This could easily have been the same for the Bumblebee car on the Rocket Pass, but instead they decided to put it behind another bundle. There is one thing I feel got overlooked by people when the car was first announced, and that is the interactive tag. With this new tag, there is a possibility we could see cars that glow the more points or goals you have during a match, or even ones that change depending on how many demos you have. Honestly, they have a really good opportunity with this, and hopefully they don't screw it up. With the recent virality of Team Vitality's rising star Zen, the professional scene has gotten new life. For a while, there wasn't really a player young players could look up to and mimic. There have been a few players that would make small waves like First Killer and Seiko, but nothing has really come close to the tsunami that is Zen. That being said, besides the game menu shoutouts, there really is no connection to the pro scene in the actual game. If you want to find out how to get involved in the pro scene, you have to give a good old Google search. There is nothing inside of the game that helps players understand how to go pro. A big reminder to everyone, the age you can start competing in professional Rocket League is 15. So you have children who are younger than that grinding the game, trying to potentially go pro at their prime age of 15. So why not make it simple for the youngsters to understand? Make some sort of tab in the esports section of the shop that clarifies the steps that someone should take if they want to venture further down this rabbit hole. Shoot, there are other games like Valorant that have included a complete system within their game that players can follow and get a chance to go pro. Psyonix has so many features that can be utilized for the pro scene that are already inside of the game. They could use the in-game tournaments like they do in Fortnite, making a cash tournament that happens once a month. Or they could add a leaderboard for teams, and by the end of a certain amount of time, they could play in an open qualifier. All that to say, there should be a way to streamline the process so people don't have to go out of the game in order to understand how to get into the pro scene. So maybe it was too much to ask from the devs, but Season 9 seemed like a hit out of the park season. Even though it was a reskin of another map, you could tell the amount of effort that went into it. Not saying that the last few seasons have been bad, but they honestly haven't been exciting. Season 10 and 11 looked like a part 1 and 2 of each other, and to be frank, this season wasn't the best. This all makes me worried that the supposed Unreal Engine 5 transition has taken away from the game itself. Now, this wouldn't be much of a problem if the community was given updates here and there. This is where the true problem lies. It's the lack of communication from Psyonix. It was 2 years ago when they confirmed they had started working on the transition, but we haven't received much news since then. This isn't even the worst part of their communication. When you look at the announcement for the removal of trading, Psyonix dropped the news, then completely disappeared without any further explanation, leaving all of us fans running in the dark. Then the next post they made was advertising some new Halloween bundle, which felt like a complete spit in the face to us. My hope is that the past few seasons haven't been the best, and the next couple won't be either. All because they're hard at work trying to release the next version of Rocket League, which will not only be a visual upgrade, but include things like custom map making and RLCS integration all within the game. Rocket League has so much potential in the gaming scene, it's not even funny. It's a one-of-a-kind piece of art that many people cherish. And the only thing us fans want to see is the game continuing to become a better version of itself within each update. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe to catch more of my content.